Fear of failure is not always about failing itself. Sometimes it is about what failure seems to say about your intelligence, worth, future, or ability to succeed. You may avoid opportunities, delay important decisions, overprepare, or quit before you can be judged. From the outside, this can look like a lack of motivation, but underneath it may be an attempt to protect yourself from disappointment or embarrassment. Understanding where the fear comes from can make it easier to stop letting it decide what you do. Number 1. Your self-worth is tied to success. If success has become part of how you measure your value, failure can feel deeply personal. A mistake may not simply mean that something didn't work. It may make you think you're not capable, intelligent, or good enough. This turns ordinary setbacks into threats to your identity. When you separate your worth from your results, failure becomes information about an outcome rather than a final judgment about who you are. Number 2. You expect other people to judge you. Fear can become stronger when you imagine how friends, family, coworkers, or strangers might react if you fail. You may worry about looking incompetent, disappointing someone, or becoming the person others remember for making a mistake. Because social judgment feels threatening, avoiding the opportunity can seem safer than risking embarrassment. But most people are far less focused on your mistakes than your anxious mind predicts. Number 3. Perfectionism makes mistakes feel unacceptable. When you expect yourself to perform perfectly, even a small mistake can feel like evidence that you have failed completely. You may spend excessive time preparing, refuse to start until everything is perfect, or abandon a project when the result doesn't match your expectations. Perfectionism can look like high standards, but it can also become a way of avoiding the discomfort of being imperfect. Progress requires room for mistakes and adjustment. Number 4. Past failure still shapes your expectations. A painful failure can become a reference point for future decisions. If something important went badly before, your mind may use that experience as evidence that trying again will end the same way. You might remember the embarrassment, disappointment, or consequences more strongly than the lessons you gained. The past can provide useful information, but it does not automatically predict the next outcome. Number 5. Success would require you to change. Sometimes the fear isn't only about failing. Success can create new responsibilities, expectations, visibility, or pressure. You may worry that succeeding will make people expect more from you, or force you into a life you're not prepared for. This can create a confusing pattern where you want progress but unconsciously avoid actions that could actually produce it. Recognizing what success would change can reveal a fear that is hiding behind the fear of failure. Your fear of failure may come from tying your self-worth to success, worrying about judgment, demanding perfection, carrying painful memories of past failures, or feeling uncertain about what success would require. The goal isn't to become fearless. It's to become willing to act even when failure remains possible. A failed attempt can teach you something, change your strategy, and lead to another opportunity. The real cost is often not failing once, but allowing fear to prevent you from discovering what you could have achieved.